Hey cuties, it's your girl Tana Too Cute. And look, we are behind one episode of All American, but we're about to get into it now. So we're going to talk about episode 8 and episode 9. So episode 8 is titled Kids See Ghosts, and it says Laura surprises Olivia, Jordan, and Spencer with a special gift from Billy. Come on, Billy. That helps them navigate issues they're dealing with. Layla makes a discovery during therapy, and Coop prepares patients for the next step in their case against Miko. And then episode 9, it is titled 100%, and it says, with one of the biggest games of his career around the corner, Spencer seeks guidance by revisiting his past. Layla continues to work through her mental health recovery. Olivia receives unexpected feedback from her publisher. Let's get into it, cuties.
I feel good.
Wait a minute. Who
I knew that I would know. Wow.
All right, so we'll start with episode 8. Now, it wasn't too much going on in this episode, but I will highlight what stood out to me. So, of course, we have Mr. Tay Diggs make his appearance as a ghost, just giving the kids reassurance. That's what my take was from this episode. So he appeared, as a ghost in each one of their situations. So Jordan was first to start reading his letter, and that this is how Coach Billy appeared with them, is when they were reading the letter that he left for them to read after they graduated from college. But of course, they didn't anticipate him, passing away prior to them graduating from college. So Miss Laura gave them their letters early. And, Jordan just needed that reassurance that, that he is awesome regardless of what any numbers that Coach Matt, calculate, analyze. Coach Billy Baker, let him know that, you are awesome, regardless. And whatever you decide to do, whether it is to go into the NFL after, college or not, just know that you are amazing, and you be confident in, what you decide, what you want to do with your life. And one thing about Coach Billy Baker, he told both of the twins that they were his favorite. I thought that was really cute. Then Olivia, she, starts to read her letter. And, of course, some of the things that she was challenged with was, knowing and understanding that the book or the autobiography that she wrote on her dad was what it is. It was what she wanted it to be. It was what she thought it should say. Everything that described and about her father. However, she still had mixed feelings about that, and he gave her that reassurance that the world needs you, and he had to understand that and let her go. And that's what she needed to know, that hey, this book is perfect, it's ready to be released. And she released it to her publisher, but unbeknownst, the publisher thought it was boring. And, they want something a little more dramatic, messy, in other words. They wanted her to include that affair, but she turned that down because her dad's legacy was more than just the affair. And that's what she wanted, the world to know about her father in this autobiography. And then Spencer, of course, he was challenged with, of course, Dion, the kid that plays for Crenshaw. He, didn't want to play football anymore. So Spencer was mentoring him and, made him realize basically that he didn't want to play football anymore. But Dion's sister was pushing it back. So things didn't work out between Dion and his sister. He got put out. At least that's what he told Spencer. And he came to Spencer's house to take him in. Now, Billy Coach Billy is in Spencer's ear, like laughing, like, hey, this is you basically. And was that all-star kid, but we had to balance things out because he had a hot head, too. And but of course, Spencer was able to work those things out, with Dion and Dion's sister eventually. I mean, Dion, he kind of got a little, sassy, or not sassy, I don't want to use that word, but he kind of, bucked up to Spencer, and Spencer was like, hello, watch your tone now. But again, Coach Billy Baker gave Spencer that reassurance that, he is that light for those who, really need him. And then the last highlight for episode 8 for me was Coop and Patience. Now, of course, y'all know that Patience is now going to trial for this Miko situation. Miko is that fan that assaulted her at her home and stalked her, got into her personal data, and just did a lot. Okay, now Miko has turned the tables to make it seem as though Patience is the one who was misleading, and she didn't assault her. So now she has to defend herself. So Coop is preparing Patience for the interrogation by the other attorneys. Now, Miss Laura told Coop, you're not ready for this because those attorneys are going to eat her alive and she needs to be ready. And Coop, reassured Miss Laura that she was ready to prepare her, give her a practice interrogation. Yeah, Coop did pretty good initially until she didn't. Okay. And, several of the questions she kind of dug a little deep. And, but the last question she asked Patience, they was clapping, high-fiving and everything as if she did a good job in, really interrogating her. Miss Laura watched the whole thing and told Coop she's not ready. And she basically walked her through that scenario until Coop realized, you're right, I did not prepare her. So we see, I believe in episode 10, episode 9, where Coop reinterrogate her. And when I tell y'all, Coop interrogated Patience to the point where Patience started crying. She broke down on the stand, the fake stand. She broke down, and in that moment, Coop knew she did her job. So we don't know if Patience gonna take the stand or not, but at the end of the day, Coop did what she needed to do. Now, those are all the highlights that stood out to me in episode 8. Now, let's mosey on down to episode 9, 100%. Now, in this episode, the only highlight, maybe 2, that I want to talk about is Asher. Now, this was an amazing episode. The best episode so far this season. Now, we are now at the championship game. We got GAU, Spencer and Jordan's team. And then we have Asher's team. Y'all know I can't remember the names. But they are in the championship game. This is Spencer's last game of his college career before he entered NFL. Now, Asher, how does he play a part in this? Well, the quarterback got hurt. Something happened with the quarterback. I can't even remember. But the team asked if Asher could step in and play that position. And that was their only option, y'all. It was their only option. Now, remember, Jamie and Asher had already agreed that he would not play football, because of his condition. Okay, but in that moment, that was the only option. So by halftime, they were tied up, but GAU was looking really good that first half. So they come back after halftime. Asher enters the field. The crowd went crazy. crazy. They was cheering for Asher. Woo, 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 woo. Asher is feeling the vibe. This is the moment that he had been waiting for on his terms. So Asher get out there on that field, y'all. He scores a touchdown and he goes in for another touchdown. But this time, y'all, he got popped. And when I tell you he got popped hard. He went down and he stayed down, y'all. I mean, I was frozen. I didn't know what to do. And I'm watching this, y'all, like as if I'm in the stand. He laid on that ground, I know, for 5 minutes. It felt like 5 minutes. And everybody was worried. Spencer was like, why is he not moving? You know, Layla and Olivia, they in the stands. They worried. Jamie at home, she about to get the baby out the pen so she can go and see about Asher. But in a minute later, y'all, he started moving and Asher got up. He started jumping up and down, cheering and everything. Boy, I tell you, I was, jumping for joy, for my boy Asher. In that moment. So at the end of the game, GAU still took that win, y'all. But Asher, this is the moment Asher was waiting on. He wanted to leave football on his term and not because the doctor told him he had to. That was the highlight for me in episode 9, y'all. Look, y'all like up this video, hit subscribe, and look, y'all have a good day on purpose. Bye.